Hey everyone, welcome back. This channel's been looking dry for over a year now, so it's about time we took a trip so that I can finally make a new video. This one was a two-country trip in which we first spent a few days in Taipei, Taiwan, followed by a few days in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. We first got to the hotel in Taipei around 1 a.m., so by then almost all the shops had already closed for the night. With limited options, we settled for this popcorn chicken place we stumbled upon. Honestly, couldn't have asked for a better late night snack. As usual, we had an ambitious first day. We made a quick stop at Longshan Temple, followed by one of Taipei's most iconic landmarks, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. Felt a little weird seeing such a beautiful place for someone that the country feels so divided on, but I won't get into the politics of it. I was just here to admire the beauty. We happened to catch the guard change ceremony, which occurs at the top of every hour. Here we had our first lunch, beef noodle soup, followed by some bubble tea afterwards. With these being an iconic food and drink that originated from Taiwan, we had to try these here. We spent some time walking around Dan Park, which is considered to be the Central Park version of Taipei. It did actually feel like it lived up to that comparison. As the day dwindled, we went to Elephant Mountain, specifically during this time so that we could catch a nice view of the sunset as the reflection radiated off of the buildings, with the tallest one being Taipei 101. What you don't see portrayed in this footage are all the bugs that we had to keep swatting away as they left us with bites. We headed back down to the city to the surrounding area of Taipei 101. Although we didn't go in, we did get to admire all of the Christmas lights and decorations that were set up. And to end off the night, we went on a street food spree at Ximen Night Market, which was conveniently located right next to our lodging. With how well known street markets are in Taiwan, we had to have some of our meals at one. The majority of day 2 was spent away from Taipei. We started off the morning checking out Dihua Street, a historical neighborhood, and grabbing a quick breakfast. We took the hour-long commute to Hotong Cat Village, and the fact that there was already a cat greeting us before we even left the train station told us that there was going to be no shortage of cats to see. And the whole time I was here, I couldn't stop admiring how this former coal mining town was surrounded by the Green Mountains, just making it such a serene environment. Our next stop, Jiufan, was only a short commute from here. This one's a popular day trip spot because of how beautiful it looks at night with the lit up lanterns. We did get to walk through the majority of the streets, but unfortunately we didn't stay as long as we would have liked because we were unprepared for the rain. There was, however, no rain back in Taipei, so after we got back, we headed back out to, you guessed it, another night market. With day 3, we didn't have too much time left in Taipei, and we used it to go to the National Palace Museum, which showcased countless artifacts in Chinese history. Then we hopped on a flight to Ho Chi Minh City. With customs taking about 90 minutes, we got to our hotel really late and just settled for a quick dinner and went to bed. At this point, I do want to note that not much was planned when it came to this portion of the trip, with the exception of our appointments that you'll see later. If you watched my other trip recaps, you'll see that that's usually not the case, and I try to have a general outline of how our days are gonna go. We took a different approach this time and wanted to just immerse ourselves in a relaxed way. So what did that translate to for our trip? Well, food, coffee, shopping. Another large aspect of our trip was self-care, which we couldn't help because everything is just so much more affordable here. This meant we did get a lot of massages, got some tattoos, and got our hairs done. In other words, this was also really just a glow-up trip for us. With the rich history of this city during the Vietnam War, I did want to make an effort to at least visit one place that discussed it, so we went to the War Remnants Museum. Needless to say, it was a pretty depressing yet eye-opening place. Like I said, a good amount of time was dedicated to shopping. I consolidated the final 2 days together since not much footage was taken during this time. Our tattoo and hair appointments took up most of the days, so there wasn't much to record. And here's the tattoo shop that we reached out to about a month beforehand. Great people, great environment, and we both loved our results. And after we were all done, took a quick walk through this area, which is known for its bars and nightlife. On our final day, we went to our hair appointment. I got a perm while she bleached her hair. Although this section wasn't part of our main trip, I did want to include this huge side quest we took after we had already left Vietnam. We had a 10-hour layover in Chengdu, China, so we figured that was just enough time to take a 1-hour cab to see pandas at their research facility. And during our brief time here, you could tell that this city takes immense pride in their pandas. And some final notes, I would love to visit Vietnam again, as I can't deny that the affordability here is a huge draw for me. Also, I do recognize how long it's been between this video and the last one. Thankfully, I do already have 2 international trips lined up later this year, so stay tuned for those. Until then, thank you for watching.